You can put anything you want to in it, including plasma. Now, how would you create plasma? You do it chemically, and you just transfer the chemical plasma to current aerated fifth state matter plasma, and then bam, everything's on fire. A whole entire continent in the blink of an eye. Yep. Alright, so that's what I want you to consider. Now I'm going to add a little bit more schematic to it so you get a picture on something besides the switch. Alright, I'm going to let you know where you put the power supply. Alright, the cold fusion I haven't perfected yet, but it'll be coming. It'll be coming. It's easy to do. Really, all you got to do is just look at the facts, put in dual core with counterwave amplification effect placements in the unified field, exploit it, and bam, you got cold fusion. Alright, now cold fusion means you can use something like a battery pack to power large amounts of power. Supply large amounts of power with a small battery pack, for example. Alright, now that can power this weapon. Alright, in other words, you can make it mobile. Alright, now then they're just making it invisible. Alright, now you may be aware of what prismatic sheeting and bending is. Alright, now in space, the bending of light and time-space appears to occur with gravity. Gravity, in regards to fifth state matter, can be synthesized. The easiest way to display the synthesizing of gravity effectiveness to fifth state matter is with a prism. You know, you put a beam of light in a prism, and then it variates it due to the resistance that the the atomic mass of the light wave, it encounters and produces resistance, and the result is a spectrum. It turns the white light into a variable of speed, and you'll also notice that the angle as it goes into the prism, when it comes out, it's at a different angle. That's because it encountered a variable of resistance. Alright, now this can be done with anything. For you take a material that can house a radar wave that's trying to see you. Alright, well, it just bends it around it, invisible no matter what shape it is. Okay, and then you can make it transparent, which will also bend the light, which makes your vessel or your craft or your cruise missile, or in the case of the deatomizer weapon, all you really need is polaric ionized thrusters to power it with. You won't need jets. You can power it with cold fusion. Easy to do. And you use the deatomizer weapon, and you get up to an altitude of about 80,000. Ain't nobody gonna see you. Nobody. No radar, no nothing. Infrared, nothing. Completely invisible. And then you can deatomize an entire continent, the North American continent, and kill all these goddamn socialist bastards who are trying to change our country to communism. And because they sent people to our country, we're going to have to kill theirs too. So every communist and socialist nation on the world is the target. And starting with North America. You take, for example, Africa, where they possess pretensive sovereignty standardly. Alright, most of them are either drug lords or dictators or something besides legit. And Africa's got to go too. Yeah. Alright, any country that's in possession of pretensive sovereignty, since y'all did this to our country, fuck you. Alright, if I gotta destroy the United States just to keep the Constitution intact, you die too. Everybody in this continent, everybody on the continent goes. Alright, and so does everybody on your continent. Now, unless you're a legitimate government, which the United States is no longer a legitimate government. I got all the evidence I need. The fact that we have access to the ballot to communism and socialism, which happened in 1990, all right, which they tricked everybody and deceived to even get passed. Because they know, hey, if the FBI had been doing their job in 1990, then whoever even tried that would be in prison. All right, so that's another way we know that the United States is guilty of possession of pretensive sovereignty. Then there's my own personal victimizations of the FBI and their corruption. All right, and the fact that when I wrote The Flame back in 1988 during spring break, I don't blame the Cheap Trick or the performing artists at all. I know better. Now, somebody done scammed the Dreamweaver, and now it's getting everybody dead, and that's the way that is. It looks like Eddie Corrigan lied to everybody, okay, and stole my money and used it to perform a coup. Y'all want to use the FBI as an organized crime syndicate along with the state of Alabama, then die. That's the way that works. Yeah. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got my own jailhouse. I ain't got my own courthouse. But I do know how to build weapons that'll kill your ass. And that's the only thing you left me with. And now I'm on the way to do it. Now, every country in the world that wants to help, get on in. Because if you're a country that is in possession of pretensive sovereignty, I'm going to get you anyway. Alright. Period. Now, I just told you how to become radar invisible and ocular invisible. Alright, it's a transparent material that can hold current for the light and the radar beam. Ain't nothing to it. There's sonic radar. And with the right material, you can even just current the sound itself. Just current sound as well. I mean, it's a fifth state matter. Even sonic radar can't pick up the right material, man. All you gotta do is absorb the sound. How's it gonna return if it absorbs the sound? It can't send a signal back. Only thing they'll know is there's nothing there according to their signal. It'll be just like everything else all around it. No return. So you can become completely stealth. You won't be able to see it with your eyes. You won't be able to see it with your radar. You won't be able to see it with sonic radar. You won't be able to see it, period. All right, now with a deatomizer, there they go. All right, so what's it do? How does this work? Well, it works like this. In the nucleus of an atom, you got protons and neutrons and electrons running around the outside of it. Well, what a deatomizer is it will separate the protons and the neutrons and the electrons from their base form and turn everything there is to hydrogen. Everything to solid hydrogen. Deatomizes. Turns it back to the base of atomic formula. The base of its atomic construct. That's what it does. Alright, now so, if you're a leader of another country, and you're looking at you thinking, okay, this guy, he's a madman. Well, I'm mad. You goddamn right I'm mad. We got a organized crime syndicate disguised as the United States government. And this is the only thing they left me with. So this is what they get. You know, they got criminals disguised as police. And you got people, they know that people who were programmed by the NVC are sabotaging our government. And they're going along with it anyway. So they are the enemy. basically. Alright, now, I plead guilty to justifiable. Okay? Justifiable preservation of the United States Constitution. And you really think we killed every Indian on this continent just to be a bunch of socialist communist bastards? You think again, because there ain't gonna be not a damn thing left by the time I'm done. So get with me. If you're a leader of a country, then you're not in possession of pretensive sovereignty. I'll teach you a thing or two. I'll give it to you. No charge. The only charge you got is freedom and preserving it. And that's the only charge. It's only thing I'm gonna charge you with is preserving freedom.